Hello, everyone. Happy to be back with another Young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young series. Right now, we have with us Kashiish Jain. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Kashiish.
First of all, before starting off, I would like to thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my views on such an incredible platform. I'm extremely grateful to be here. So, now I'll start with my introduction. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Kashiish Jain. I'm currently pursuing economics honors from ARSD, the college having NIRF ranking 5 in 2024 under University of Delhi. So, I would say I'm a pretty well rounded individual since my interests vary from Taekwondo to music to art to singing. And I believe all these unique experiences make me a person who can tackle any sort of situation. So I would start off by I would want to talk about the transition from school to college, how it's a pretty interesting journey to see and to experience. So for me, while someone is in school, so they are in a pretty sheltered environment, everything is handed over to them. It's like teachers are accountable for them, teachers are on their heads, like you have to do this, you have to submit this project, otherwise you won't get any marks and everything. And there's a proper study schedule and everything before the exam, second revision, third revision, all sorts of that thing. However, the moment one enters college, it's like an open forest with endless opportunities and possibilities. Suddenly you are the master of your own life, and you have so much free time on your hands that you don't know what to do with it. You feel as if you can either be very productive with it, invest it by doing few courses or learning a new language or probably upskilling yourself. However, that's not always the case. It totally differs from person to person how they would like to utilize that time. So it's a pretty interesting journey. College in itself is a pretty enriching experience, I believe. So as a first year myself, when I got into college last year, there were so many opportunities that were handed over to me, and just for the sake of getting the experience, I said yes to them. So since I have a passion for music and I did taekwondo for like 7 years, so I thought of trying out for the music society of my college. Although I was scared and I was almost on the verge of backing out, I went ahead and gave the auditions, and it turned out to be the best decision of my life. And I took my first ever college trip with them. We went to IIT Roorkee, and we ended up winning third position in the semi classical group. And I would like to share a snippet of that. So I'll just share the screen now, so just let me know if that's visible.
Okay. Looks like Kashiish is ready to show us her performance. Let's go, Kashiish.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us a bit more about it? What was it all about?
So basically, we went to IIT Roorkee last year during their annual fest, Thomso, and there was this competition known as Sargam, and it had one of the categories under it was semi-classical composition. So we sang Chaudhary. It's a Rajasthani folk song with a twist from our side, and so yeah, that ended up winning third position on my first ever college trip. So that was pretty
Wonderful.
fun, exciting.
Wonderful. That's a great experience. And who came up with this guitar?
that's our guitarist actually. So we practiced a lot for it before the competition, and we were just figuring out what to do with the guitar and how to play in with the flute and everything. And we just ended up figuring it out. And yeah, that was what
Okay,
happened.
wonderful. All right, great. That's good to see this. Okay, blend of guitar and classical, wonderful. All right, let's continue.
Yes. So, apart from this, I also wanted to touch a bit on the topic, like since since all of us are in college. So, since you are, sir, you are from a North Campus college, and I am currently pursuing my degree from a South Campus college. So, I would like your views on the elephant in the room. Like, why does there exist such a divide between South Campus and North Campus colleges? Like, since I am in a South Campus college, so I personally have experienced how there are lack of opportunities for us South Campus people as compared to North Campus people, be it in placements or be it in
Hmm.
competitions or everything. So, what are your views on it? I would like to know.
Okay, well, I'm not so competent to talk about it because when I was in college, there were hardly any North Campus colleges. Okay. The reason basically is that there's no space left there to create new colleges at a low cost. Okay. So you need to have out, like, the new universities like Ashoka, OP Jindal, they are actually far away. They
Yeah.
are actually far away in Haryana. Why? Because there's no land, there's no space. Yes, there is, but it'll be very costly. So you can't really open a college there. Okay. Now the old colleges, uh, they were there for long, long time. So their alumni have links to those colleges. And I think those colleges I mean, when I was there, nobody was exploiting the links to the seniors. Okay. You knew that there were some people, but there was no real link as such. But today, I think more in terms of internships, etc., the old links work. And since your college is newer, it has fewer links. I think that's about it. But what I find is I've heard so many young people that it actually doesn't matter much. You can see, I mean, I've talked to those who are in master's degree, PhD, and working and all. And there's so many from South Campus colleges. And of course, LSR was always a South Campus college. And we get a Kalindi, we get girls from LSR, Kalindi, and we get people from Sanatan Dharm and so on. So, really don't bother about it. That's what I would say. It's today's world is very egalitarian. Why? Because the new technologies are there and they let you get your act. Like you could go to IIT Roorkee, okay, and you put your own together. What's there? South Campus, North Campus. In IIT Roorkee, nobody cares, right? Which campus you are from. So that's the way the world is. They don't care from where you are. And there are plenty of opportunities. And none of those opportunities actually cares about your background. Yes, it matters in placements a little bit because they think, okay, fine, uh, she got very good marks. That's why she's in this college. But that's about it. It really, they won't go to every college. They'll go to 2 or 3 colleges. So yes, it makes a small difference. But in the end, I think the world is becoming egalitarian. And you have as many chances and opportunities as anybody else because it's really up to you. Honestly, it's really up to you. What you do, how you do it, your own enthusiasm, your own motivation, your own interest, and your own ability to shine via the non-stop competitions and the non-stop internships and because everything's online. It's not like some secret person has come to your college and told you you can apply for this internship. No, you search and it's there, and they don't care. Nobody cares. What they care is how you present yourself, what you do. And I think, as I tell, I'm sometimes working as mentor to rural students who are actually in small villages in India, 5,000, 10,000 population. And I tell them that, look, when you put a question in Google, you get the same answer in Washington, D.C. as in Bhilwara. There's no difference between Bhilwara and Washington, D.C. It was there in our times, because whom could you ask, right? There's nobody. But now, I was born in a small town called Alwar. I didn't grow up there much, but there was no one. But today, if you are in Bhilwara or Alwar or even smaller places in Rajasthan, you type the same question in Google, you get the same answer. They don't care where you are asking the question from. And then so many universities say, okay, we are looking for young people in India. And when you apply, they read your stuff. They don't care. So I think you shouldn't worry much about it. It's a little bit of an issue, but it's a very little bit of an issue. You have to try a little harder, I guess. You have to do a little better. But then, just because you didn't cram hard and get good marks, nobody cares. Actually, nobody cares.
Absolutely agree with you, sir. I also believe at the end of the day, it's the kind of skill set, the kind of skills that a person has, regardless of the college, that makes a person successful in his or her life and
Yeah,
his or her career. It's the kind of communication skills that person has, the kind of
yeah,
technical knowledge that person has,
yeah,
that helps him or her land a certain placement or a certain internship.
yeah.
I get it that South Campus people in general, they have to work a little bit harder than the
Yes,
North Campus people to find those opportunities and fight their way. However, at the end of the day, I believe that is exactly what makes us stronger, and it will be extremely helpful for us in the long run, because we know the importance of an opportunity. We know the importance of hard work in general.
yeah.
So we
What I can tell you is that I don't see a measurable difference between North Campus and South Campus, Delhi people. There's a big difference between Delhi and other smaller towns, no question, because everything is so much more available in Delhi, so much more. But between North and South, I don't really see any meaningful difference, perhaps because it's the people in the South Campus are trying a bit harder. But in the end, you don't see the difference.
Yeah, it's not like all the intelligent people or the intellectually smarter people are only in North Campus colleges. They are spread all across DU. It's just that North Campus tag, that North Campus tag and South Campus tag should not ideally define us, because that does not make entirety of our personality, you know.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree. Okay.
yeah. So like since I'm a college student, and I'm sure hundreds of people out there have also been trying to apply for internships or some things or the other, and they have faced, you know, a little setback in their life, a failure in their life. So how should one deal with such a failure or such a setback? Like, even though like, suppose for example, me, I applied for an internship, I worked extremely hard, I gave it my all. However, I was still not able to crack it. So like, how should one deal with their emotions, and how should one deal with such a situation? What should one do, like, to overcome this, so that we can take it in our stride and come out stronger at the end of the day?
Well, I'm not really in a good position to answer this question because when we were young, there were no opportunities. So we just wasted our time because there was no work, there's nothing you could do. And but what I know now is that everybody has setbacks. Everybody, nobody gets anything because the world is so competitive. And there's a lot of it is luck. A lot of it is, I mean, effort alone is not enough. There's a lot of luck in what you get and what you don't get. The only thing is to keep trying again and again and again, and that's it. You will hit something. That's the point, that you will hit something, but the fit has to be right, and you don't know what determines the fit. So
So a
anyone,
rat race out there. So yeah, at the end of the day, you know, one might feel dejected by the setback that he or she has faced. So it's a pretty disheartening thing to see that people get obsessed over that idea of being successful just by bagging an internship or just by bagging a placement. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, unfortunately, that is the culture. Unfortunately, that is the culture. It can't be helped. That is the culture. And, the mental health is an issue that I've heard again and again. And I really wasn't aware of it because, at least in our times, there was hardly much competition and most people didn't worry so much but I think it's good reason to worry because what else can you do? You have to compete. It's a competitive world out there. So take care of your own, but you have so many other things to keep you afloat, right? You have hobbies, taekwondo, music. I mean, that's how you keep yourself afloat, by excelling at these things so that you have some place to turn to when you are faced with the daily hassles of life. And ups and downs come everywhere. It's no big deal. Happens to everyone. So let's continue.
Yeah, so it's, I believe it's very important to have, that one thing wherein you can turn to it at the end of the day to relieve your frustrations and stress. Like for me it's music, it's for me it's singing. Whenever I feel a certain emotion in extreme, like in extreme, so I just sing my heart out. If I'm feeling sad, I'll sing a sad song. If I'm feeling extremely happy, I'll sing a happy song. So I believe it's very important for
Mm,
all of us to have at least one thing of that sorts to help ourselves calm down and help ourselves regain our peace of mind, because at the end of the day our mental health is extremely important. It's a rat race out there, and we need to keep ourselves sane in order for us to
mm,
move forward with
mm,
life.
mm,
Everyone will face failures, everyone will have some sort of setbacks one day or the other. It's how you deal with it, whether you sulk about it, you
mm,
ponder over it and you sulk about it. Oh, why was I the only one that I did not get in? Why did this happen to me? Why not others? There is, there is no end to it. There is, you can compare yourself to anyone and everyone,
mm,
but will that benefit you at the end of the day? It will end up giving you only more stress and more anxiety and more to ponder over.
mm, mm,
So I believe it's very important for us to not compare ourselves to anyone, especially when we don't know what the other person's interest is, or what other person's, what kind of hard work or what kind of opportunities the other person has. We need to be the best version of ourselves. We just need to perform our best and need not worry about the results. This is something that my father says a lot, that just focus. Life is a marathon. Just focus on the process, don't focus on the end result. Because if you will ponder, you will worry about the end result, you will keep on pondering over that only, and you will not devote enough time to your preparation for that. And that is where you will be lacking, and then later on you'll wonder, oh, why did I not get it? So that's one thing that I believe needs to be reinstated again and again in life, that just focus on the process, don't worry about the result.
well,
Yeah.
and always have plan B.
Yeah.
Always
That,
have.
it's very important to have plan B, especially in today's time, because even if you're 99% sure that something will work out, what if that 1% comes true? What will you do then?
Yeah, I want that. You need plan B. Actually, you need plan C also.
Yeah, it's good to have as many backups as you can, because
Yeah.
it will be very stressful for you to wonder, oh, this has happened now, what should I do?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think failure is a part of life, and we should take failure beautifully as it comes, and instead of sulking over it, we should just let it happen and just accept, okay, I failed this time, I'll be successful the next time. And success will come eventually, if not immediately. I believe it
Mm.
will come eventually, and all of us will be, I believe, somewhere or the other in a good position in our life sometime. It's not
Okay.
like it's going to be.
L- Tell us about Taekwondo because I haven't heard anybody talk about martial arts. So
Yeah.
tell us about what is Taekwondo? What are you doing in it? How does it help you? What does it mean?
Yes, sir. So I was in the fourth grade when I joined Taekwondo. Initially, my parents put me in Taekwondo because of general health issues. Like, yeah, so general, I had some general health issues. So my parents put me in Taekwondo. So initially, it was so that I could become fit. I was pretty lean. I was having low immunity. I used to get sick very easily. So it was to help me build my stamina and immunity and everything. However, while I was doing that sport, I eventually fell in love with the process of learning each and everything. It teaches you patience, determination, endurance. These are the tenets of Taekwondo. So I fell in love with the process that I made it my goal that yes, I'll become a black belt in Taekwondo. Black belt is basically the highest belt that you can have in Taekwondo. And then afterwards, you have degrees, degree 1 to degree 9. So I after like 7 years, so you need to have qualifications for it, like you need to play 2 nationals, 3 zonals, and so on and so forth. So I did. Then I waited patiently. I worked hard for 7 years, and I finally went ahead, gave my black belt exam, and yeah, I ended up victorious. And now I'm a black belt holder in Taekwondo, a black belt that has my name on it, and I have a
Wait,
certificate. Yeah.
Kashish, just a second. Let me pause you for a second. Okay, so we are back out of the pause. Kashish was telling us about Taekwondo, so go ahead.
Yeah, so Taekwondo was that one thing that helped me transform from a shy, timid girl to a girl who had strength and confidence. So it taught me a lot of values like the importance of perseverance, endurance, hard work. The time that I spent in perfecting each and every stance be during learning my patterns or while sparring or while competing at nationals or zonals or state, it taught me that you have to be strong in turn mentally as well as physically. Mental strength is important both physically and mentally, and hard work always pays off in the end. No, even if it takes long, it will pay off at the end. While music served as an emotional outlet for me, Taekwondo was something that was a physical outlet for me. I could vent out my frustrations in the way I practiced something, be it like while during sparring or while practicing my patterns and everything, so that attention to every teeny tiny bit of detail that made me a pretty observant person. And yeah, that was my journey summed up while I did Taekwondo. So yeah.
So did you get your black belt?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Wow, congratulations. That's very
Thank you.
tough.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's very, very tough to get a black belt. Okay, what else do you want to tell us?
So yeah, I've also done a 5 year degree in classical music from Prayagraj University in classical music. So that was also something that I just wanted to try out. I just started trying it out and I ended up loving it. And yeah, I continued doing that. And I also did a 1 year sort of diploma in art also. So I'm a pretty creative person as well. You can say I did calligraphy. I also used to do dance. I mean, I was put in all sorts of classes in during my childhood. While at that point of time I did not realize how it will end up benefiting me in my teenage years, like when I entered college and I talked to different sorts of people. Whenever I used to tell everyone, see, I did this, I did that, they all were so amazing, like, oh my god, you have done so many things. So actually it transformed my personality as a person. Like, if I had not done all of those things, my personality would have been a completely different thing. So I believe sports in general, and or music or anything that you do in general shapes your personality in an extremely good way. It improves you. It makes you prepared for any and every situation.
Okay,
So yeah, so it's better to utilize your time in doing something productive rather than just wasting your time while laying down and scrolling Instagram and everything. So I believe it's better to utilize your time. Why not do something fun? It might end up being your passion, you never know.
all right, fine. So there's a lot of activity in your life. Whom do you attribute it to? Who sparked all these interests?
Both of my parents, my mom and dad. Yeah, I
Okay,
would, the credit goes to them.
yeah.
They were the ones who chose each and every class which I went to and
Mm.
everything. I'm genuinely grateful for them for helping me becoming the person that I am today. I mean, I would not have been this vibrant person that I am today had I not been put in those classes. It helped me become such a wonderful person, and I am extremely grateful for my parents for that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Any thoughts about your future?
I'm currently very confused, but yeah, I am trying to figure it out each and every day. I'm trying to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and I believe I'll eventually figure it out. And yeah, I'll end up being happy and doing whatever I want to do. So yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Anything else you want to tell us?
I mean, that's it. Yeah, nothing from my side.
Okay, good. If that's it, then let's end this recording here. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Let's say bye till then. Bye, everybody.